I remember like it was yesterday.
I bet you was like,
this dude playing and he rocking.
Routine and everything
Right.
now.
Right. I'm talking about choreograph. Hilarious.
So I
my
saw
years
the,
coming up, Tim Strickland was at Hamilton running that thing. Tim Strickland been cold since Little League, known as Stick Man. You know what I mean? Westwood, Alfonso Hewlett, Mario Metcalf, Damon Dawson, Ozell Brown, Ken and Darren Williams. Bo, the running back, Bo had Plug in the running back. Plug was like the first dude catching out the backfield, man, muscle bound, had the moves, hands, running that thing. Oh, had some popular.
So you seeing all these?
Yeah. I think Jerry Lawler's son played at Kingsbury or Craig Mont.
Was he good?
He could play.
Okay.
I don't know if it was Craig Mont or Christian Brothers. He could play. Riley Each, Andre Woods, yeah. Oh, it just from. I just remember these names. These folks, all of them played football. They ran track. You know what I mean? So they just was all over the place. But them folks was balling, man.
So your 11th grade year in, y'all lose.
We lost the playoff, yeah.
And I saw this, and I had to take it down because I wanted to, share for the people.
All right.
It's a Jason Harris, Whitehaven High School quarterback, 6'3", 170, 4'6", 40.
First of all, let me tell you this.
4'6", 40, I was like, ooh.
I ran track. I did run track. All right. My junior year, I was a hurdler and a high jumper.
Okay, I got that.
All right.
You still got the record at Whitehaven?
To my knowledge, I high jumped 6'6".
Okay.
And I lost.
Okay.
This was at Germantown track meet. I high jumped 6'6", and I lost to a dude, Mark Graffin Reed, and this dude at Houston.
Okay.
I got third place. But I jumped 6'6". I know Terrell Bullitt jumped 6'6". I'm not sure what Marcus Rucker or Brian Jones or before me. Okay. I know I jumped 6'6". Okay. So I just informed them. I did.
Okay. Gotcha.
Right.
So it said Jason's very dangerous on the rollout and has a knack for finding the open receiver. He's a good enough passer with a quick release and ability to see the whole field. Dangerous runner when he decides to keep the ball.
Yeah, man, I went with all that running stuff.
They back like you Mike Vick.
Well, no, so they gotta hype it up a little bit.
Okay.
Now in junior high, I used to try to run.
Okay.
My daddy came to me and said, "Boy, you ain't gonna last long with all that running." Mm-hmm. He said, "The running back name is a running back for a reason." Right. And so ever since he told me that, I tried to run as less. I ran a little bit here and there. I just didn't make it my thing.
So would you bet on the rollout throwing or step back, drop back?
Maybe they said roller because we did a lot of bootlegs.
Oh, okay. Right, I can see that. I can see that. Okay.
So I was good. bootleg.
Okay.
I used to ask for us to do more drop backs, but we did a lot of bootlegs, play action. I was asking, back then I kind of didn't like it, but hindsight, man, it's the best way to throw the ball.
Gotcha.
In my opinion.
You're right.
Ain't nothing like faking the ball and throwing the ball.
So you was in a position where you could show all your abilities in offense. Well, not a lot of throwing.
Right.
But you could show what you could do.
Oh yeah, I ain't no regrets about it. Yeah, I mean, as far as now, what's different now? I didn't have a quarterback coach.
Okay, right.
So when I was at school, we didn't have position coaches.
Right. Whoa. At all?
All right. At Whitehaven High, it was Coach Collins, Coach Maynard, who helped him out, calling plays. Coach Maynard showed up when it was time to do offense. All right. We had Coach G, rest in peace, who came and helped out the linemen. But all the drills from running backs, DBs, all the things we did, we learned from the players before us who would come and show us how to do the drill, and we practiced the drill on our own. When we had practice, school was over with, we was at field 2:30. And one coach bringing us down here, it's just understood. He down there at 2:30 to start practice. When we do running back drills and all that, it's us and the running backs, or us and the receivers. Okay. We ain't have position coaches say, man, on this step you didn't do this. Okay. On this you didn't do that.
So y'all just helping each other out.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
That's different.
Serious,
Hey,
right. And make it so I say that to say some of the youngsters coming up, you know, for me coaching, we had a position coach can tell you this and the other.
Mm-hmm.
That's an advantage. So like, well, maybe touching college later, but that's just an advantage that you have, you know, moving to the next level.
You're right.
Right.
Because you got someone that actually played that position, showing you what you did wrong, what you did right, taking you through the steps.
Right.
You talked about Whitehaven earlier about, you know, you told your friends, you know, do your work, get good grades, you're going to college. You had a 3.8.
I mean, you know.
I mean, for an athlete, a 3.8 and a 19 on ACT, that's a coach dream.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, the 19, let me address the ACT first, right?
Okay.
So my 10th grade year, if you had an 18 on the ACT, you were straight.
Right, for sure. Right.
So Coach Collins always said, all 10th graders, your first year, make sure you take the ACT.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to wait till your senior year to be struggling and be stressed about it. Try it and to get out the way.
Okay.
I remember me and my partner, Larry Quinn, I remember going to take the ACT at the University of Memphis. I remember there was the weekend the McDonald's All-American was in Memphis. I remember seeing Jared Honeycutt from Tulane, but I'm sidebar. But let me sidebar a little bit because their week leading up, they had the McDonald's All-American game here.
Okay.
They had Rasheed Wallace, Stackhouse. It was Rasheed Wallace, Stackhouse, Darnell Robinson. Somebody else I'm missing. This was Deuce Ford, Sid Henderson.
Okay.
Dude, Jason D'Antonio Wingfield with the Cincinnati. You remember him? Freshman. Well, anyway, so sidebar. I'm sorry.
You good?
So I took the ACT. All right, so some weeks later, the score came back. I said 18. I saw my lady. He said, I got an 18 too. Oh man, we straight.
I ain't taking it no more.
I wasn't doing no workshops. I wasn't doing no studying.
You didn't study it out, just took
the ACT. Yeah. I said, man, I'm straight. I ain't fooling with this ACT no more. I took it a couple of times just in case, just because my highest was a 21, but I just did it. You know, it was already passed. You know what I'm saying?
You say they should just put all the scores together.
Right. I don't know if they were doing that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Score. Gotcha.
But I remember. But as far as grades, man, I mean, my mom and dad weren't going, so you know,
right.
And I had my two older brothers was already on point, so it just had to be on point.
I mean, grades are important. Right. I tell athletes, I don't care how good you are, your grades are important.
Man,
books for real.
It's talented people all across the nation. What's going to separate you are a few things. Number one, going to be your grades. If I got a dude that do the same thing as you, and his ACT and grades in order, I'm going to give this dude the scholarship.
That's right.
I ain't got no choice.
Simple.
Right. If it's two dudes, if you a jerk and an a-hole, and this dude conduct is straight on a road.
Take him, yeah.
Right.
You right. You right.
The probability of everybody a superstar is very low.
Message.
It's true.
Facts. It's facts. It's facts.
Right. So some people don't understand, man. You competing with folks across the nation.
For this,
for the one spot.
That's all.
That's it. That's it.
You got to separate yourself some way.
Right.
I said that school is very important.
Ain't no question about it.
I'm telling you, school is important.
Don't nobody want to deal with an a-hole, and nobody want to deal with a dumb a-hole. It's true.
You right.
They don't get paid enough money in the world to put up with that type of stuff.
So now, your 11th grade year, y'all finish out.
Right.
Now, before we get to your 12th grade year, talk about like the Whitehaven tradition and how the games used to be and like that whole atmosphere.
Oh.
Like being a Whitehaven player, like where you going around like, Jason, what's up, man?
Right. You know, so I remember, well, might sound biased, but even at that point and even now, in my opinion, going to other people's games is just not the same. Going to another, so I'm not calling out any schools, but a couple of games I've been to, county teams, city teams, just the enthusiasm and the atmosphere it just ain't the same. So back then, it's a lot of people. It's kind of maybe how Hamilton or Melrose was back in the day. People just got a lot of pride about it.
Right.
You do have some people who are, not sensible about what they're saying when it comes to, but they're just in the place you go to. But there's a lot of people that's passionate about it, and there's a lot of people that's just fans of it. You know what I mean? And not just dudes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Ladies,
It's women, for sure.
Yeah, women take
They real
pride.
hard.
Like women who not athletes take pride and got pride about Whitehaven football. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to explain. I remember being in college and arguing with this girl on Bill Street about Whitehaven Central. I'm straight up.
It's not even a comparison. Like, come on.
We going at it, man. You know what I'm saying? It was all respectful, but
Right,
right.
You playing football. How was your dad feeling toward you playing quarterback? Like, you succeeding? Is he? I know he at the games.
Right.
Like, talk about how much of an impact he had on your life, as a man, coming up, because you got a lot of athletes that don't have a father, and especially a father that played the sport and, was good.
Right.
Talk about, having your father in your life.
Well, man, this is the truth, right? I would be, I'll be doing the world a disservice if I was a funny acting dude or didn't acknowledge how blessed I was. You know what I mean? I have to acknowledge, understand what I had. Everybody is not blessed to get.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm not I'm very thankful for it. I'm happy for it. I'm not ashamed of it. But my dad, his brothers, his sisters, my granddad, as far as being just the family of uncles and whatnot, just the men we had, man, it was if I ain't representing, I should be tarred and feathered. You know what I mean? There's many examples as I've had to see what a man's supposed to do, how a man is, not necessarily my dad, even though he had all these young dudes doing well, he was never braggadocious about it.
Okay.
He was he was a cool dude.
Okay.
Always calm, cool. When you come around, if you do something good, he gonna dap you up. He never was around other folks bragging. You know what I'm saying? And my boy did it. He just was, man. It just was a matter of fact. That's what it was. That's how it is. And my dad did a lot of, just was a good example for so many young dudes to come through the Redskins system or whatnot. My dad and Curtis Givens' dad. Coach Givens. You know what I mean? And Coach Wells. These dudes was just so I see some dudes now, they argue with each other during the games or in the parking lot. My son, this my son. I never saw that.
Okay.
I never saw that. I never experienced that. I never experienced them going back and forth with other people cussing. They won't allow. They won't allow us to do no cussing. As much as Coach Givens cuss, man, you better not be doing this in front of him. There's a child place and a grown person child.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
My dad was smoke cigarettes and he drank. He was never around making us drink or letting us drink and all that type of stuff. This is what a man do. You know what I mean?
Right. That's his thing.
That's his thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't got the age where he can do that. My dad never cussed.
Never.
My dad, only time my dad cussed was telling a joke. Football practice, among all these kids here, he never cussed.
I never heard you cuss.
I don't cuss.
And I've been knowing you about 12 years. I never heard. So I see where you had that example, so you take after that. I can see now, that's big.
Me not cussing is from a different reason.
Okay. Never mind.
I can tell the story if you want. But I never felt compared to do.
I got you.
But just being blessed to be around men and being blessed to be around my mama too. You know what I'm saying? My mama wasn't a sports person until she got with my dad. My mama was the cheerleader coach.
Okay.
On them kids' head, on the football players' head about the sock. Where your socks at? Why you ain't got your red?
She keeping them together.
Right. But it's just doing stuff like you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Okay. And never been. I don't know. So I felt like, so even when I'm around the folks playing flag. Man, I've been around a coach or a football person who was humble in nature and just was a good dude. So I'd be wrong if I'm around there doing the opposite. I'll be wrong doing the opposite of what I came up on.
You right.
Amongst grown men.
Right.
In the flag football, people who weren't blessed to be around the type of men like me, you know what I'm saying? So being able to communicate with them, right, even if same age or 20 years younger, respectfully, it's just something, man, I feel like I got to do.
You right.
You know what I'm